Yeah, I guess it's a little bit like being a musician too, in a way, right? Because you can study at all the schools that you want to study, but then doesn't mean you're going to be a great musician or vice versa.
Absolutely. It's this like wonderful mix of natural ability of having um intuition, and then there's the training or lack of training, and then just the time and being self-taught. Like it's very, and this is where for me the correlation between food and music, it's just I've spent my life thinking about those two things and how similar they are in pretty much every single way. And it's so funny to come across someone like yourself who's doing a project about food and music and making those ties. It's very exciting to see.
Yeah, for me, it was funny because as I became more and more obsessed with talking about food, and because that's just a part of who I am and the way I think, I like to research stuff and really get stuck into the history. And I was very fascinated during the lockdown period about all the history of the food of where my people come from, which is Western Sicily, because it's such a really interesting, multicultural, diverse place with all these connections to the Mediterranean, to North Africa. And the more I kind of dug into it, the more I realized that everything is exactly the same as in music, especially when you look at traditional music and traditional food, like oral culture, the way that it gets communicated, the way it keeps constantly rolling and modifying itself, but at the same time, also this discourse, there's so many people who are obsessed about things being traditional. They have to be exactly in one way, which is exactly not the way it happens in reality when it comes to actual tradition.